This video is going to start part 2 of our supplemental material from January the 2nd on percents and proportions. So we ended with 2 real-world examples of taxes and discounts, and now we are going to move on. Still looking at method A and method B. Okay? Alright, so here's the question again. You may want to pause the video and try to work the problem out on your own and then resume play. So we have method A and method B. This is finding the whole amount. So what was it before that percentage? Okay, so this is stating that 207 is 46% of some number. Okay, now the short method of solving this, our method A, which is what we did in class today, we knew that we had that 207 was the amount of some number, okay, and it was 46%. So we just say 207 divided by the 46%. Now again, in your calculator, you're going to want to put this into a decimal. So we have 207 divided by 0.46, and that is going to equal 450. Okay? So using method A, 207 is 46% of 450. Okay? Method B, again, is setting up our proportion, the part over the whole equal to the part over the whole. Alright, so we know that we have 46% of 100%. And this time we have 207 in the part. We don't know what the whole is. That's what we're trying to find out. Okay? So then we cross multiply. 46 times x is 46x. And 100 times 207 is 20,700. Then, to solve for x, we multiply both sides by 46. And x is equal to 450. So method A and method B both give you 450. So 207 is 46% of 450. Okay? Again, stop the video, work the problems, and then resume play. Use method A. 19 is 75% of what number? Method B, 310 is 99% of what number? So for the first one, we have 19 is 75% of a number. We want to say 19 divided by 0.75, and that is going to give us 25.33333. Okay, repeating. So 19 is 75% of 25.3333333. Okay. Use method B. 310 is 99% of what number? So now we set up our proportion. 99 is our part out of our whole, 100%. Alright, we have our part is 310. We're looking for our whole. Okay, so now we're going to cross multiply. 99 times x is 99x. 100 times 310 is 31,000. And then we solve for x, divide both sides by 99. And x is equal to 313.13. Okay? So 310 is 99% of 313.13. Okay? At the beginning of the summer, Jerry had $480 in her savings account. That was only 15% of the amount in her savings account at the end of the summer. How much money did Jerry have in her account at the end of the summer? So she kept putting deposits in, and at the end of the summer she had some amount. Well, of that amount, 480 is 15% of it. So we want to determine the amount of money she had at the end of the summer. I'm going to use method B for this one just so we can get some more practice with that. So that's setting up our proportion. So 15% over our whole, okay? And the 480 is our part, okay? Is our part. And we're looking for our whole amount. How much did she have at the end of the summer? So we're going to cross multiply. 15 times x is 15x equals 100 times 480 is going to give us 48,000. Okay. And then we're going to solve for x by dividing both sides by 15. Okay. And that is going to give us x is equal to 3,200. Okay. So we have 3,200 is how much she had at the end of the summer. Now method A, the shortcut method, we would take our 480, okay, 480 divided by the percentage, 0.15, and that's going to give us our 3,200 as well. Okay. The thing with using method A on all of these is making sure that you know whether or not you're going to be dividing that number by the percentage or whether or not you're going to be multiplying that number by the percentage. In part 1, some of our examples, we were multiplying that number by the percentage. Notice now we have divided that number by the percentage. That's the tricky part with using part A. Using part B, you show all of the steps. There's less chance for error using part B. Alright, after a 30% decrease, the price was $134. What was the original price? Now this one is a tricky one, okay? We've taken 30% off, okay, which means that 134 is 70% of that original price, okay? So using method B, we have 70 over 100 is equal to, and here's our part, over our whole. Okay, so notice that the only way we used 30 was to determine that we're paying 70% of that total cost. Okay, so then we cross multiply and we get 70x is equal to 13,400, sorry. And then we divide both sides by 70 and we get x is equal to 191.429. Okay, so the original price was 191.429. Now, if you want to take the shortcut method, method A, remember we're still using 70%, so it would be 134 divided by 0.7, and that's going to give us 191.429. Now, if this makes you feel uncomfortable and you're not quite sure, you can always check, right? We're saying this was the original price. We decreased it by 30%. So then you can say, well, if my original price was $191,429, then what's 30% of that? And 30% of that, and I didn't do that math, I thought I did, but 30% of that, and then we would subtract it from this number, and we would get 134. Okay, so you can try this on your own to make sure that 134 is after a 30% discount.